I'm a 31-year-old woman named Mira. I've never been the kind of person who needs to dominate a room or talk for attention. I listen. I wait for pauses. I chime in when there's space. But in my family, there's never space for me. Every Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, and even the random 4th of July barbecues or summer reunions, they all play out the same way. I show up, I try to be part of the conversation, and it's like nobody even realizes I've opened my mouth. They didn't used to mean to be cruel. But lately, especially with Sienna, it started to feel more pointed, like my silence unsettled something they weren't ready to see. It's not like anyone's yelling at me or shutting me down. It's just constant interruptions, topic changes the moment I speak, or worse, people acting like I never said anything at all. I could say I just bought a house, and someone would cut in with, "Oh, that reminds me, guess what the dog did yesterday?" I'm the middle of 3 siblings. My older brother Caleb is loud, dramatic, and always has a story. My younger sister Sienna is bubbly and constantly performing, though sometimes that charm flips into sharpness when she's not in the spotlight. I've seen it a few times, mostly when the attention shifts away from her. I don't blame them for being who they are, but there's no space left when they're around. My mom is always fluttering between the kitchen and the table, jumping into conversations mid-sentence, redirecting topics, keeping the social engine running. My dad is quieter, but only because he's either zoned out or halfway buried in his phone unless someone is yelling about politics or asking for help with a smart TV. I've tried to make space for myself over the years. I've raised my voice. I've repeated myself. I've even tried talking over someone else just to test if that's the only way to get a word in. It always ends the same way, me backing off, letting them finish, and watching the conversation move on without ever circling back to me. 2 years ago, I finally said something. After a Christmas dinner where I was interrupted mid-sentence 4 separate times, I brought it up while we were cleaning up. I didn't get emotional. I just said I sometimes feel like I'm not really heard in our family gatherings. Caleb laughed. He said I was being too sensitive and maybe I should try telling better stories. My mom told me to speak louder next time and walked away before I could answer. I tried to shake it off. I really did. But this past Thanksgiving pushed it over the edge. I had just gotten a promotion at work. Something big, something I'd worked toward for nearly 2 years. I tried to share it during dinner, 3 times. Each time, someone talked over me. Not on purpose. Not with malice. Just like I wasn't there. The first time, Sienna cut in to talk about her neighbor's new dog. The second time, Mom called out from the kitchen asking where the gravy boat was. The third time, Caleb started some bit about a guy at the gym who fell off a treadmill. I gave up. I left before dessert. I told them I wasn't feeling well. I went home, sat on my couch, and didn't cry out of sadness. It wasn't that. It was more like this weird hollow feeling. Like I could disappear and no one would notice until the next holiday came around and someone realized they had one less potato to peel. A few days later, I had this idea. It wasn't a tantrum. It wasn't revenge. It was more like a test. What if I didn't talk at the next gathering? What if they didn't have my voice to talk over? Would anyone notice? Would they care? I work from home and live alone, so it wouldn't be hard to lay the groundwork. Most of my family only texts in the group chat, and even then, only when there's an event coming up. I figured I'd start a few days before Christmas to make it feel real. I looked up what could cause temporary voice loss, laryngitis, vocal cord inflammation, post-viral symptoms. Challenge, all easy to fake for a few days, especially if no one really asks questions. My friend Marina is a nurse. She helped me mock up a fake doctor's note saying I had severe laryngitis and needed to rest my voice for at least a week. I didn't plan to use it unless someone got pushy, but it felt good to have it just in